50 Cent got this new cross that I liked, and guess what I did? I made it. Why not? All right, it comes in different colors, styles. 50, thank you for the inspiration. You're a true gentleman. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you won't mind. And then the black diamond one, this is my favorite one. This is what you want. It's on TraxNYC.com. I don't know where 50 got his, but I know where I got mine.
There is a jeweler sitting right now in New York City's Diamond District who constructed his entire reputation on the backs of people who never gave him permission to use their name. Selling inferior gold passed off as premium. Cloning celebrity pieces. Putting famous faces on products those same celebrities never touched, never approved, and in some cases never even knew existed. And for years, nobody said a word. Then 50 Cent found out. And you already know exactly how that story goes. What came after was a chain reaction so completely unhinged, it ended in a $5 million federal lawsuit, a full brawl inside the Diamond District that went viral on every platform simultaneously. 2 arrests, somebody getting spat in the face, and a man getting choked with his own chain. All roads lead back to one name, TraxNYC. Let's break it all the way down. Before we get into the chaos, we need to establish who we're actually talking about, because TraxNYC is not some random operation. This man built something with real reach, or at least that was what the world was supposed to believe. Max Ajani, that's the government name, but the streets know him as Trax. He runs TraxNYC, a celebrity jeweler operation planted right in the middle of Manhattan's Diamond District, 64 West 47th Street. The address alone carries weight. This is where real money moves, where rappers come to cop their chains, where athletes pull up to flex. The Diamond District is the undisputed center of the jewelry game in America, and TraxNYC had planted its flag directly in the middle of it. And this man was operating at a serious level. Over 3.5 million Instagram followers, verified, famous. He worked with Busta Rhymes, Kodak Black, Mr. Beast. Yeah, the YouTube guy with 300 million subscribers came to Trax. He even appeared in Uncut Gems, the Adam Sandler film that had everyone's anxiety through the roof. That chaotic, fast-talking jewelry store movie, Trax played a jeweler in it. Art, imitating life. So when I say this man had real credibility, I mean it. He had the clout. He had the platform. He had rappers trusting him with their money and their image. But here's the thing about building an empire in the Diamond District. Everybody is watching everybody. And in a world where perception is the real currency, some people don't build their reputation from scratch. They borrow somebody else's. And that's exactly where this whole thing begins to fall apart. Summer of 2024. 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, the G-Unit General, the man who turned bankruptcy into a business model, the man who files lawsuits the way most people send emails, starts noticing something on his timeline. TraxNYC is posting content back-to-back on TikTok and Instagram, video after video. And in these videos, Trax is holding up chains, crosses, pendants. Right next to those pieces of jewelry, 50 Cent's face, 50 Cent's name, 50 Cent's image. Being used to move product without a phone call, without a contract, without a single dollar flowing in Curtis Jackson's direction, but Trax wasn't passively using 50's name in the background. He was loud about it. This man posted a photo of 50 Cent and Drake together and captioned it directly, tagged 50 publicly, told him he should be a jeweler, dropped his website link, and sat back like 50 Cent was going to see that and respond with a partnership offer. That's not even the most audacious part. In an August TikTok, Trax filmed himself holding up a cross that looked nearly identical to one 50 had been seen wearing, then looked straight into the camera and told 50 directly, "We just jocked your style. I know you watch my videos and now I'm watching your chain and jocking your chain just like you jocked mine." He told 50 Cent, one of the most legally aggressive, most litigious, most trigger-happy men in the entire music industry, that he copied his jewelry and had zero regrets about it. A smarter man would have taken the post down, gone quiet, and moved on. Trax doubled down, saw it, and 50 did what 50 always does first. He gave a warning. Posted on Instagram and wrote plainly, "This was a bad idea. You will regret doing this. I promise." You want to know what Trax said back? "You got better things to worry about, family?" He told 50 Cent he had better things to worry about. There are maybe 5 people alive who can say that to 50 Cent and walk away clean. Mox. Ajani is not on that list. October 10th, 2024. Mark the date. 50 Cent, through his company NYC Vibe LLC, walks into federal court and drops an 18-page lawsuit on Mox Ajani and TraxNYC Corp. This is not a small claim situation. The man is asking for a minimum of $5 million. TMZ Hip Hop. Obtained the documents and the legal language inside them is surgical. The lawsuit charges trademark infringement and violation of 50 Cent's right of publicity. But what the actual complaint says goes even deeper than that. It states directly that the defendants knowingly and willfully created imitations of an original necklace designed exclusively for Jackson, not inspired by, not similar to. Imitations. Copies. They took a piece custom built for 50 Cent specifically, replicated it, then used his face to sell those replicas to consumers who would naturally assume some kind of connection to the man himself. The lawsuit went further. It stated clearly Jackson did not purchase his necklace from the defendants, and Jackson has never authorized the defendants to use his name and reputation to promote their business. And the consumer confusion was already documented. The court filing included actual comments from Trax's YouTube content, where fans were writing things like, "I'm a big 50 Cent fan, I want the silver and gold version." Real people genuinely believing 50 had a real relationship with this jeweler. That is not a coincidence. That is intentional misdirection designed to drive sales off someone else's name. And 50's legal team made sure the judge understood the full picture. His representative put it plainly, Mr. Jackson takes the unauthorized use of his name and image for commercial purposes very seriously. Translation: pay up or face everything that comes with facing 50 Cent in federal court. Now here's where it gets almost entertaining, because Trax, even after receiving a federal lawsuit, did not sit down quietly. He got on Instagram, held up a cross necklace, and attempted to appeal to 50 Cent's spiritual side. Said a cross represents forgiveness. Said forgive, forget, let it go, brother. 50 responded immediately. Said let me think about it, then said, nah, you tried to play with me, you know the vibes by Monday. But Trax wasn't finished. His next move was a full PR stunt. He got in a car, drove to South Jamaica, Queens, 50 Cent's actual childhood neighborhood, the block where Fifth grew up, and started handing out silver bars to residents, claiming they were worth over $50,000 combined, saying, he was giving a kilo for 50. He went to 50 Cent's hood during an active federal lawsuit to do a community giveaway. That is either the most calculated move or the most reckless move in recent celebrity beef history. Probably both. None of it worked. By May 2025, the legal walls had fully closed in. Ajani issued a formal public apology, both online and at his physical storefront, acknowledging that he had used 50 Cent's image, name, and intellectual property without any form of consent. He pulled all the offending content. He expressed regret. And 50 Cent, satisfied that the record had been corrected publicly, formally dismissed the lawsuit. Done. Finished. But here's what barely anyone was paying attention to while all of this was unfolding. TraxNYC wasn't only out here playing games with celebrity images. There was something else building underneath the surface, something that would make the 50 Cent situation look like a warm-up act. Let me connect the dots, because this is where the real story lives. While TraxNYC was battling 50 Cent's legal team in federal court, something was allegedly happening on the actual floor of the Diamond District that tells a much larger story about how this whole ecosystem operates. West 47th Street is not one store. It is an entire building packed with individual booths, jewelers operating side by side, sharing the same physical space, chasing the same clientele. In that kind of environment, reputation is the entire business. If your name has weight, customers come in specifically asking for you. And according to Ajani himself, that is exactly what was allegedly being exploited. A competing jewelry operation. Inside that same building, a company called Akai Diamonds, run by brothers George and Freddie Akai, had allegedly been running a specific scheme. When customers walked into the Diamond District looking for TraxNYC, asking for pieces they had seen on Trax's website or social media, Akai Diamond's employees would allegedly intercept them. Tell them TraxNYC was out of stock on that particular piece. Say they had something comparable. Same quality, same gold, same craftsmanship. It wasn't. This is where the fake gold situation enters the picture. And this part should make every rapper, every athlete, every celebrity who has ever dropped serious money at the Diamond District genuinely uncomfortable. A customer brought a bracelet to Ajani, a $22,000 bracelet they had purchased believing it to be 14-karat gold, VVS quality, the real thing. Ajani didn't take their word for it. He tested the bracelet on camera with the customer sitting right there watching. The test came back showing the bracelet contained 10-karat gold, not 14. 10. For anyone who doesn't know the difference, 14-karat gold contains roughly 58% pure gold. 10-karat gold contains roughly 42%. That is a significant gap in both quality and actual value. If you are paying $22,000 for 14-karat and receiving 10-karat, you are being defrauded. No gray area. No room for interpretation. And if this was happening repeatedly across multiple customers over multiple years, then this is not a mistake. This is a deliberate, organized scheme, using TraxNYC's name and reputation as the hook, to reel customers in and then handing them something inferior. The streets have been whispering about this kind of thing for years. The Diamond District has a reputation, and not all of it is flattering. For every legitimate operation in that building, there are stories about gold that does not match what the paperwork says, diamonds that do not line up with their certificates, and customers who paid top dollar for something that quietly wasn't what they were sold. It is one of the worst-kept secrets in the jewelry game. But nobody had ever gone on camera with a receipt, a live gold test, and the customer present, and put it directly in front of millions of people. Ajani said it out loud and on record. This is the receipt of this company that pretends to be me. They sold my customer a bracelet and cheated him on the gold. These people have done this over and over, and I have tolerated it over and over again. That last part, I tolerated it, means there were prior incidents, which means there is a pattern, which means there could be more victims who never knew. January 1st, 2026, New Year's Day. While most of the world was still asleep from the night before, Ajani posts the first video to Instagram, laying out the full allegations. Shows the receipt. Runs the gold test on camera. The clip catches fire immediately. Millions of views within hours. January 2nd, 2026, around 2:30 in the afternoon. Ajani decides he is done waiting for a response. He is going to collect the $22,000 directly. He walks into the Diamond District with that bracelet in hand and walks straight to the Akai Diamonds booth. Camera already rolling. Security rushes in. Neighboring booth owners come over. The entire aisle is watching. A crowd forms and Ajani does not move. He is holding the receipt, holding the bracelet, presenting evidence like he is simultaneously the prosecutor, the defense attorney, and the judge. The situation looks like it might settle down. It does not settle down. He comes back, and when he does, one of the men at the Akai booth spits directly in his face, on camera, full spit. And that is the moment the Diamond District of New York City turned into a war zone. What followed was a full brawl, shoving, punches, people from every direction getting pulled in. By the time it was over, Ajani was posting from a hospital, showing redness across his neck where he says someone attempted to choke him using his own chain, showing marks on his head from where he says he was struck. His caption read, "These scammers spat in my face and tried to kill me." NYPD responded, assessed the scene, and when the dust finally cleared, George Akai and Freddie Akai, the two brothers running Akai Diamonds, were arrested and charged with assault. Two men in handcuffs walked out of the Diamond District on camera. That footage spread to every platform simultaneously. Reddit, X, TikTok, Instagram, all of it trending at once. By the following morning, TraxNYC, Akai Diamonds, and the Diamond District were all running hot on the timeline at the same time, visibly shaken but not backing down for a single second. He made it clear on that live stream. A lawsuit is coming. Now here is where everyone needs to actually slow down and connect what this all means. Because the implications of what happened in that building go far beyond one viral brawl and 2 arrests. Think about this carefully. TraxNYC built its entire brand on being the go-to jeweler for celebrity culture. Busta Rhymes, Kodak Black, Mr. Beast. Their social media is a non-stop highlight reel of famous people and expensive pieces. And now there is documented on-camera live-tested evidence, or at least credible allegations, that in the very same building where TraxNYC operates, a competing booth was allegedly using Trax's name to sell inferior gold to customers who believed they were buying into the same brand they had seen on their favorite rapper's Instagram. Those customers thought the chain around their neck was the same quality as something Busta Rhymes wore on stage. They paid $22,000 and walked out with 10-karat gold when they were charged for 14. Now ask yourself, how many other people got caught in that same transaction? How many other deals happened that nobody thought to test? How many other receipts exist for pieces that were never what they were sold as? For their part, Akai Diamonds is not going down without a fight. They released CCTV footage showing the customer in question allegedly shopping at multiple booths inside the building before reaching their counter, suggesting the customer's version of events may not be complete. They are denying the fraud allegations. The case has not been proven in court, but the footage, the gold test, the receipt, the arrests, and the lawsuit still coming, all of that is real and documented. Let's zoom all the way out for a second. Because in the span of roughly 18 months, one jeweler managed to get sued by 50 Cent for $5 million for allegedly using his image to sell knockoff chains he never authorized and never touched. Then got caught at the center of a viral Diamond District brawl where the central allegation is that a competing operation was using his name to move fake gold to customers who believed they were getting something real. Do you understand the complete poetic irony of that situation? The man who allegedly used 50 Cent's image without permission to sell his product allegedly had his own image used without permission to sell counterfeit product. The game came back around full circle, and here is the uncomfortable question that nobody in the culture wants to say out loud. How deep does this actually go? If it was happening in plain sight, inside a building with security cameras surrounded by dozens of other jewelers on one of the most famous commercial blocks in New York City, then what is happening in the transactions that nobody films? The private sales, the DM deals, the pieces bought through middlemen? The jewelry game in hip-hop has always been about more than the gold. It is about status. It is about signaling. It is about telling the world you made it. And that cultural need, that imperative to flex, is exactly what makes the whole ecosystem vulnerable to exploitation. When rappers post chains on Instagram, those images generate real consumer demand. Fans want what their favorite artist has. They go looking for it. And when they cannot find the exact piece, they will accept what they are told is the equivalent. That has always been the hustle. And now, for the first time, somebody went on camera with a receipt and a gold tester and showed the world in real time exactly how it operates. 50 Cent understood the assignment from day one. The moment he saw his name being used without authorization, he moved immediately. His lawsuit was precise, documented, and built to win. Because in this game, if you do not protect your brand, with everything you have, someone will take it from you and profit off it before you even notice it happening. So where does everything stand right now? 50 Cent got his apology, got the public record corrected, got the confirmation in front of the whole world that he never had anything to do with TraxNYC's knockoff chains. The lawsuit is done, but the lesson is carved in stone. You do not use Curtis Jackson's face without a check clearing first. Those are simply the rules. TraxNYC is heading into a brand new legal battle. This time as the person filing the lawsuit, going after Akai Diamonds for the alleged fraud and the physical assault that landed him in a hospital on New Year's Day. The Akai brothers are facing assault charges. Their reputation in the industry is effectively finished, at least in the court of public opinion. Whether the fraud allegations survive in an actual court of law, that still remains to be seen. And the Diamond District itself will never carry quite the same mystique again, because now millions of people, not just industry insiders, not just jewelers, not just rap fans, know exactly what kind of games allegedly get played inside those booths. The question is not whether this kind of thing happens in the jewelry game. The question is, who gets exposed next? Stay locked in. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Trax? Do you think Akai was running a full organized operation? And if you have ever bought anything from the Diamond District, it might genuinely be time to get that piece tested. Just saying.